Where would we be without the search to understand how humans think and behave? While many experiments have taught us valuable lessons, some went way too far. Today, we'll look at 5 shocking and controversial experiments that changed history, but often at a terrible cost. The Little Albert Experiment. Can you imagine scaring a baby on purpose? In 1920, psychologist John B. Watson did exactly that in the Little Albert Experiment. He took a baby named Albert, who wasn't easily frightened, and taught him to fear a white rat. How? By making a loud, scary noise every time Albert saw the rat. Soon, the baby was afraid of not just the rat, but anything white and fluffy. The worst part? Before they could help Albert overcome his fear, his mother removed him from the study, leaving him to carry that fear for the rest of his life. Stanford Prison Experiment. How fast can people turn cruel when given power? In the 1971 Stanford Prison Experiment, college students were split into guards and prisoners. The guards quickly became abusive, using their power to force prisoners into degrading tasks like cleaning toilets with their bare hands, sleeping on cold floors without blankets, and enduring physical punishments like push-ups or standing for hours. Some guards stripped prisoners naked to humiliate them even further. The guards' cruelty escalated so quickly that the experiment, originally set for 2 weeks, had to be shut down after only 6 days. Isolated Head Experiment. Imagine staying alive after being decapitated. In the 1920s, Soviet scientist Sergei Brukhanenko did the unthinkable. He kept a severed dog's head alive for a few minutes using a machine that pumped blood. The head could blink, move its mouth, and respond to touch. Although this creepy experiment helped create modern life support systems, it raised serious ethical questions about how far we should go in the name of science. David Reimer, 1965 to 2004. What if you were forced to live your life as the opposite gender? David Reimer was born a boy, but after a botched circumcision that severely damaged his genitals, his parents were convinced by psychologist Dr. John Money to raise him as a girl. In a drastic decision, doctors removed the rest of his genitals in a sex reassignment surgery, and David was raised as Brenda. Dr. Money used David as part of a study to prove that gender identity could be changed. David and his twin brother were forced to participate in disturbing therapy sessions where they were made to stimulate sexual acts, a traumatic and humiliating experience meant to reinforce traditional gender roles. David never identified with the female gender forced upon him and eventually transitioned back to being male. However, the trauma from the surgery, therapy, and his upbringing led to his tragic suicide. The Aversion Project, 1970s to 1980s. Imagine doctors trying to fix your sexuality. During the time of racial separation in South Africa, military doctors tried to cure gay soldiers. Soldiers were subjected to extreme treatments, including electroshock therapy, where electric currents were used to try to change their sexual orientation, and chemical castration, which involved hormone-altering drugs to suppress sexual urges. Some were even forced into sex change surgeries without consent. The goal of these inhumane procedures was to make the soldiers fit heterosexual norms. And there you have it, 5 of the most shocking and disturbing experiments ever. If this video left you speechless, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Do you know of any other experiments that shocked the world? Let us know in the comments below.